Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to the episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've had a great start to the new year. My start to the new year has been a little less than ideal, but we're pushing through, and I'm glad that we're here with you again today. If you listened to Friday's show, you heard us talk about our reset and kind of what that's looking like heading into the new year. We were pumped up. We were ready to go. Friday afternoon, I started feeling rough, and, well, that was the rest is history, as some would say. I got tested. I came down with the flu on Friday. I was down for the count all weekend into really up to like Tuesday, and it's just been a mess. I've had the flu, excuse me. I'm probably not going to make it through the show, honestly, just because my voice still is not back. But I have not had the flu in 7 to 10 years probably, and I forgot how bad and how rough it was. I do not wish that upon anyone. I hope that you are staying safe out there. If you haven't got your flu shot and it's not too late, maybe go ahead and get it. If you can avoid it, go ahead and get that and try to get ahead of it. But anyway, took some time and just really, like, it's the most I've rested probably in years. Honestly, that's really not a joke. I didn't do anything other than some office stuff here and there on the computer, but it was a good time to rest and reflect on 2024, which I've done a lot of, and to continue to plan for 2025. But we have a big year ahead. That's why we didn't have a show on Monday, was my voice was messed up. So we'll come back with you with another fresh Marriage Monday coming into next week. But we have a big year ahead, and I'm excited to hop into it. I'm excited to talk through what our year is and kind of walk you through that vision, plan, and all of that goes along with it. It's not what I'm going to do today. Today's going to be a short show. I'm just going to be honest with you. My voice is still not up to it. I'm just going to sit here and choke and cough over myself the whole time probably. And so I want to bring you a little bit of value. Hope you, maybe if you're out there plowing snow, turn something of value on for 10 or 15 minutes here and get something good, get some key points and takeaways to go apply and work on to start the year. And then we'll come back fresh, ready to go on Friday with another new show, hopefully back in the saddle, reared and ready to go. What I want to get into today is I want to run through the list of the top 10 mistakes that entrepreneurs make and how you can avoid them. This is a list in no particular order, but it's a list that I think is very valid. I think that all of these things come into play, and I have done the majority of them. And so I want to walk through the things and talk through the things that I've done personally. Some of the things I haven't done personally, but I know are very apt to happen, and I don't want you to fall into these traps and snares that are out there in the world and the journey of entrepreneurship that we're all trying to get after and achieve and grow. So let's hop into that, and like I said, 5, 10, 15-minute show here just to run through these, give you a little bit of value, some thinking points, and then we'll be back here on Friday, hopefully with a new voice ready to go. But let's hop into what we're going to get into today. Mistake number 1. This is going to be a top one that most everyone runs into, and it's going to keep you where you are the longest, I feel like, and that is trying to do everything yourself. As the entrepreneur, as the person who has that in their mind, you want to go out and change the world. You want to create your own path, your own destiny, your own future, and you feel like you're the only one that can do it. You feel like you're the only one that can really step up to the task and knock things out of the park the way they should, get things done the way they should, in a timely manner, really good quality, all of those things, and you just want to do everything yourself. Well, that's good, but that's a lot of people's biggest downfall, I think, in the world of entrepreneurship. If you cannot learn to delegate, then you're going to cap out in your business. Now, the problem with delegation is if you delegate too soon, then you're going to end up back where you started because your business is going to implode because quality is going to go out the door. You're going to go back to, I got to do everything myself. I want it done right. that's the only mindset you're going to have. And then your business is going to be in a never-ending cycle of doing that. What's the one missing thing? What's the one missing thing in that phrase that we talked about there just a minute ago? We didn't mention training. You have to delegate with proper training. These are things that I'm working through and dealing with right now. Like, these are literally applicable steps in Growing Green Landscapes that we're sharing and talking through. And I want you to know that that's where my heart is on this. It's not from a top-down approach. It's not a, hey, get your crap together. It's a, hey, these are things that I'm realizing, like, this is legit in business. If you don't do this, you will end up in trouble and you won't go anywhere. Training is huge for us moving forward. That's where we're going to put a ton of our focus and time. And I hope that you are prepped and ready to do that heading into the new year as well. Maybe you don't know what that looks like. DM me. I'll walk you through anything that we're doing. Any way I can help you, I will. We'll probably do some more podcasts on this as we do it and as we grow. We're going to utilize Greenius partnered with LMN there a lot. We're going to create a bunch of our own courses in there. Everyone's going to go through video training, this, that, and the other. And so trying to do everything yourself, it's a much bigger topic than what I want to get into today, but you make sure that as you delegate and you learn to delegate, train properly. Number 2, neglecting cash flow management. Man, is that true? Cash flow kills. Cash flow saves. Cash flow is at the end of the day, it's like, from what I'm learning, the heart of your business. If you can't cash flow and you can't manage cash the right way, you will be in a world of hurt. You'll be upside down. Bills won't be able to get paid. You're not going to be able to make payroll. You're going to say, what am I doing with my life? How do I get through this stage of business? Why am I even in business for myself? I can just go get a W-2 job and take on my paycheck and be done. Cash flow management is everything. You can have $500,000 in revenue, but that's not cash flow. If you don't track your incoming and your outgoing funds, then you're going to be in trouble. Half is not the right word. You need to have someone on your team who's helping you do that. You need to have a virtual assistant, a bookkeeper, an accountant, someone who is managing, hey, you invoiced $15,000 in the month of November. The month of November, you received $8,000. Well, where's the $7,000 that I invoiced? The $7 remaining that I invoiced. Where's that money at? And how long is it taking it to come in? If you don't know that, and you don't know your cash flow reports, your cash flow statements, you will be in trouble. Again, these are things that I'm working through, that I've gone through. I'm not talking about things that I don't know anything about. This is real life. Get your cash flow in order. Mistake number 3, not defining a clear vision. Vision is something that I have really hammered down on this year. This year's, now we're in 2025. 2024, I guess you could say last year. This is something I hammered down really hard in 2024. I am excited to take our company to new heights, new goals, new dreams. I'm trying to share that with our team, anybody that's in our company or around our company, what we're trying to do, where we're trying to go. And that is something I define clearly in my own head of where I want to be in 3, 5, 10 years. And now it's my job to continually cast that clear vision and also make sure that I am communicating it clearly to our team and to the people around me. Because if not, then they're not going to know where we're going. They're just going to think, oh, we're making a bunch of money. And then they're just going to get selfish. They're going to start their own thing. They're going to leave and just leave me high and dry. So that is something that we have to do, is constantly communicate our clear vision. Number 4, underestimating the importance of marketing. Marketing is huge. Marketing plans is something that I'm trying to work out right now. I don't have it figured out. When I do, I'll come and let you know. I don't really know the best form of marketing yet. I don't know if it's Google Ads. I don't know if it's Facebook ads. I don't know if it's SEO management, like what it is, website. I think it's, from what I'm figuring out, it's a mix of all of it. People are viewing your website. People are Googling landscaper near me. People are doing word of mouth. They're asking for Facebook. Like, I think it's a mix of all of it. And so, our plan in 25 is to try to get a legitimate, real, sustainable marketing plan in place so that we can grow sustainably, keep a sales pipeline full, because the problem with growth is, you can be booked for 3 months and then you try to get all the work done. Well, you run out of work because you don't keep your sales pipeline full. So that's where the marketing plan comes into play. Do not underestimate the importance of marketing. Even though you say, well, I got here all by word of mouth, that's not going to get you to 1, 2, 5, 10 million, just word of mouth. This is just not. You're going to have to do some form of marketing, and maybe it'll get you there. It's not going to keep you there for 5, 10, 15 years. Mistake number 5, ignoring company culture. This is huge. I've done this to an extent. We're really reining this in. We're only going to bring on key people that align with our core values, which are safety, quality, reliability. Those are the only people that we're bringing into our company now. In the past, I've hired because, they said they had experience. They were going to show up. Cool. Let's put a shirt on you and let's go to work. Try not to hire in a bind. Try not to hire when you absolutely have to have someone. That's when you're going to pull people that you don't really need to pull. And so make sure and focus on company culture as you move forward in your company, as you bring people in. What are your top concerns? How do you want to keep culture high? What are things you want to do? These are all things that we could go a lot deeper on, and we probably will. We may start a little series moving forward on some of these topics exactly, because I think all of these are like huge hitting points. I'm just going over the broad list today, give you some food for thought, and then we'll come back and dive into some of them. But do not let company culture go to waste, because you'll have your company, again, same as earlier, it'll implode from the inside. Like it'll tear down from the inside, because people start getting antsy with each other, start getting mad, they'll start talking bad, they'll start leaving, they'll start just doing things wrong. Your quality will go down, your name, your brand, your reputation will go down because of the people inside of your company, and you don't want that to happen. Mistake 6, over-promising and under-delivering. We are over-promisers. We like to say yes. It's hard to say no. That is a serial trait of an entrepreneur. You want to say yes. You want to keep going. You want to figure it out. You want to solve a problem, right? If you do that, make sure you're not under-delivering. That's something that I've done a few times in my past, and it's burned me. We've gotten in trouble because of it. Reputation takes a hit, or customers just not happy, and we end up spending more money on a job because they thought we were doing more. We didn't deliver what they thought. And so make sure that you're not over-promising first off. Make sure you're giving good expectations, good, clear communication of what you're doing, what you're promising, what you're going to get done. And then also make sure that you just deliver on those, and flip that around really is what you should be doing. You should be under-promising, over-delivering. That's when you have a recipe for success. Mistake number 7, failing to build systems and processes. Systems and processes are talked about a lot. What are they? How do you do them? What do you even do? What do you implement? What is that? What is a system and a process? This is a topic, again, 30, 40, 50-minute show, easy, talking with some guys who are in companies who have grown. What do we do with these? For me, I'll give you some real simple ones, things that we're putting in play right now. A hiring process, right? So you hear systems process. What does that mean? What does a process mean? Is it how you cut grass? There's a lot of different things. I'll tell you one about the admin side, though. Hiring process. Our hiring process is now laid out. It is laid out on paper. It's on a flow chart. We have a lot of documents to go with it. We've got multiple things for employees to sign when they come on. We have a step. We have an in-order process of, hey, this new candidate reaches out. We send them this list of questions. We then review the questions. If they pass the questions, then we set up an interview. And then once we do the interview, we review from there. They have time to think. We have time to think. If we like them, we send the job offer. Well, then they accept. Then we send their employee playbook. All the employee playbook has all of their documents, things in it, information that we need to onboard them and go from there. That's a really, really rough draft of what our hiring process is, but there's value in it. It's all written out. It's all there. And it's all just easy to review and look at. So now, if I bring somebody onto my company as an admin and we want to hire somebody, I can say, look, here's a process. Here's all the docs that correspond with this process. Go hire somebody. Hire somebody being relative, right? I would need to do the interview still at this point. But they could do all the back-end stuff. And so they would know how the system flows. Mistake number 8, scaling too quickly. I personally know people in our local community and around the country who have scaled way too fast. They grew, they sold. They didn't manage cash flow. They didn't manage books. And then they ended up upside down. And reputation takes a big hit. You don't want to overpromise, underdeliver, right? You don't want to owe people money. You don't want to oversell and not be able to perform the work. You want to make sure that your work is being done in a quality manner. And so scaling is good, but you want to make sure you're doing it in a timeline that you can sustain and keep up with. So do not scale too quickly, please. Mistake 9, avoiding feedback. Guys, please, if you're listening to the show, then I'm preaching to the choir, right? Because you're listening to get better. You're listening to learn. Take constructive criticism. It's invaluable. Make sure that you are getting around people who are doing bigger, better, similar things that you are that can help you and say, you know what, we're doing this and this is really working. You're struggling in this area. This may be why. Like this may be a way for us to help you, or whatever the criticism is, right? Make sure that you're accepting it and you realize you do have flaws, you can mess up, and you could use help at any time. Number 10, forgetting work-life balance. This is something that when you hear work-life balance in the workplace, in the world in general, you hear everyone has to have a work-life balance. And when I say it's a mistake by forgetting it, what I mean is not setting the expectation early on. What is the expectation in your work-life scenario? If you're an entrepreneur, your life and work has to go hand in hand. They have to complement each other. They have to get, like, it is your life. It's intertwined with your personal life. There is no balance between work and with life, because if you're doing that, then one is constantly suffering when you're not doing it, in my opinion. You can take with that what you please, but the reason that I am a firm believer and even going more and more this way is when I intertwine my life and my work schedules to go hand in hand with each other, create the life with a design that I want. That means when I'm working, it is benefiting my personal life to some extent. And when I'm enjoying time with my family, it's benefiting my work life to some extent. Now, whatever that looks like, you have to decide that for you. What does your schedule look like? Where do you spend your time? How do you spend your time? Who do you spend your time with? You have to do all of that. What I mean by the work-life balance here is I don't think there's a traditional, hey, have 50% of your time with work, 50% of your time at home when you're in a business. I just don't think that's the case. I think that you have to create a plan with your spouse, with your family together, saying, look, this is where we're trying to go. This is how we're going to get there. These two things go hand in hand. Our business is going to help us get there. Our personal life is going to receive the fruits of the business. So we have to make sure that these two are working together and not against each other, because if they're against each other, again, one suffers, one gains, and at the end of the day, that does not turn out well. So that's a very quick rundown. Honestly, my voice has performed very well. I'm proud of myself here. Thank the Lord for allowing me to talk for 15 minutes without killing over dead. It's the most I've talked since Saturday with this combined time for sure. So I hope that these points brought you some value, some thinking points. Nothing crazy, like I said. This is not crazy like academic high-level stuff. These are things that I hope that it's some food for thought. We're going to come back. We're going to reach these, go over these some more, maybe go into some in-depth sessions and series over these, just talking through like how we can actually change some of this stuff and what we can actually do to implement in our companies. So if you have one or two that you say, you know what, that really hit me hard, these are things that I really need to focus on. I know I have, but I've been neglecting it for a while. Then reach out, let me know, and we'll make sure and star that one. Put it on the list to go back and dive deeper into. But I hope you guys are just out there crushing it. If you're plowing snow and you're on day 4 or hour 72, guys, keep up the good work. You're fighting the good fight. You're helping people. You're serving people. You're solving their problems of being stuck in their driveway or not being able to get to work or not being able to get to the grocery store to buy food for their family. You are doing good. Keep your head up. You can do it. You can get through it. I promise. I believe in you. I know you can. And you're going to be better for it on the other side. I appreciate your support, your love, everything that you've done for me here in 2024. For those of you that reached out, just like praying for you with the flu, all that stuff, thank you for that. It means the world. I'm glad to be back. I'm prepped. I'm ready to go. I'm fired up for this year. Some new things coming, and I can't wait to share it all with you in 2025. But thank you for tuning in. If we can ever help you, reach out and let me know. DM me, email me, shoot me a text, whatever. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. But without any further ado, guys, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for tuning into this episode. But this is going to wrap this one up. We look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.